What works best? Is there any such thing? Because sometimes when I'm talking to people, because I get to, at the conference, get to talk to a lot of people, and they'll say, well, retargeting, that's really working well for us, so we're putting a lot more money into retargeting. I mean, if somebody was talking to you now and said, where do I best spend my digital marketing dollar? What do you say?
Yeah. So I tell people, I recently have created a new framework. I call it See, Think, Do. And I'll send you a slide. We can put it up.
Cool.
Or it can be my next keynote at ClickZ Live.
There you go.
Our beautiful event that we're promoting. So what I tell people is that I don't think about awareness, consideration, purchase, loyalty, the standard marketing models. I hate them. And so I've created a new one. And I call it See, Think, Do, Coddle. And what it says is, rather than thinking selfishly as a company, you have to think from a consumer perspective. And I say that every single person in the world is in one of these 4 buckets. In the C stage is your largest qualified addressable audience. In the Think stage is that audience, and the part of it that is actually thinking about a particular thing. And in the Do stage are all of those people who are thinking and also looking to buy. So we could say for a car company, in the C stage is everybody who likes to travel or go from place to place and has money. Remember, addressable audience that is qualified, which is you have money. You don't have money, don't care, right? Love charity, not in this scenario. C, in the Do stage are all of the people who want to travel, go place to place, have transportation needs, that are thinking about making a change or making a choice, right? Mm-hmm. They're not ready to buy. We don't know if they're going to buy today or 9 months, or we don't know that, but we're thinking, right? In the Do stage are all of those people then who are looking to buy right now. And so from a marketing perspective, I think one of the fundamental transformative changes I'm trying to get more people to have is, if these are the 3 clusters of audiences that are out there, do you have content for them? Do you have a way to have your marketing reach them? Or do you ever have a way to have your measurement strategies accommodate for your strategy, to measure a measurement that measures that marketing? So most of the time what happens is, in the keynote I did this morning in San Francisco, I said, all of your websites are Do websites. Just, if you want to jump into bed with me right now, boom, here's a buy now button, right?
Yes.
Or here's an order, give me a lead, whatever, sign up for my conference button. But what if I'm in the Think stage? Or what if I'm in the C stage? Do you do any brand marketing? Do you do anything that will gradually get me to from the Think to the Do stage? And at the moment, most of the web strategies are Do.
Yep.
They don't accommodate for C and
Yeah.
Think. So one of the big things I'm getting people to transform is, and this is for everybody. I just met the board of CEOs and board of directors of Tesco, which is a company you very well know.
In the UK, yeah.
And I said, look, even as Tesco, a wonderful, magnificent company, supermarkets, insurance, travel, they have a Netflix competitor called Blinkbox, many businesses,
Bank,
right?
everything, yeah.
Banking, exactly, everything. So all of our sites today are Do. But what if I'm in the Think stage and C? First, let's go create content for that. Once you have the content, let's go do marketing for that and bring these audiences and nurture them through whatever stage that they want to be at a pace they want to be. And I even say that when you do display advertising, don't just have random display advertising, right? Have a display strategy for C, have a display strategy for Think, have a display strategy for Do. Because then when you're targeting your largest addressable qualified audience with a display campaign, right, based on psychographics, demographics, whatever, and those display ads are buy now, buy now, buy now, well, it's not going to work. None of those people are even in the Think stage. They're C. So your ad targeting has to change. Your ad content has to change. Your landing page experience has to change. So one of the things that I think I'm very excited over the last year that succeeded with many, many companies is just get them to think much more expansively about digital and the role of digital. And when we do that, and when we do that across content, marketing, and measurement, it transforms cultures. I mean, it is so liberating, because for the very first time the company has to pause and say, if I'm Expedia and I have to be in the Think business, what does that mean for me? If I'm in New Zealand, what if I'm Intel? What if I'm Tesco? What if I'm L'Oreal? If you go to L'Oreal now, L'Oreal.com, one of the companies, they now, there are 3 buttons, not 1. They don't have just a buy button, which of course you would expect. They have a have, save, buy button. So you can come to their site and say, I have these products. And it will automatically personalize your experience based on what you have. Isn't that amazing? You don't have to buy anything. So you just give data and you exchange, they give you recommendations. Or you could say, oh, I've never tried L'Oreal. I'm going to hit save. I want to buy this thing. It's kind of $200. I don't have it right now. Maybe I want to think about it. Save. Or buy. So you can see how they are able to address a much wider audience than just buy now. Which means, in turn, L'Oreal can then go out, buy more keywords. They can buy better display ads. They can do better marketing on Facebook. They can do better Twitter things, right? And it's because they have see, think, and do. Most of the time, the limitation is in our imagination. All we have is do. Well,
I think that's see, think, do. It's so easy.
Yeah, I know.
So two things.
It's a framework.
It's great.
Think, reimagine.
Two things that you mentioned. I mean, content, we'll come back to that in a second, but you said addressable audience. I hear this quite a lot. Some people say custom audience, addressable audience. I think sometimes we still are thinking like broadcast media, that we have to get this message to everybody. But as you've just said, people are on different stages there. So you can actually target an audience at a different stage.
With a proper message that makes sense for them. Exactly. No, I think one big thing that all of us in digital, over at our friends at Microsoft, our friends at Yahoo, AOL, Google, we suck, all of us together, is that all of us have not made the case that we have something that is so valuable to marketers, which is we can discern intent through behavior.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah.
It makes me mad that all of us, right? The Baidu people, Yandex, put all of us stupid people in this bucket, is that we have not shown and demonstrated to the big CEOs and agencies in the world that the ability to discern intent through behavior is a much better way to target or serve up an ad than psychographics, which is all, or demographics, is all you can do in TV.
Yep.
On TV, you got no behavior. Nothing. Even if you know that it's a 98-year-old woman at the other end, you have no idea if she wants an iPod or a wheelchair. Nothing. And what if a 98-year-old woman wants the iPod? You know what will happen? Nobody is going to target her. Because they're like, 98-year-old woman, her thing is wheelchairs. But you know what we can do? You and I and Yahoo and Baidu and Yandex and Microsoft and Google? We know that the wonderful old lady has been checking out things related to consumer electronics.
Yep.
And she's been doing this on various sites. And we can discern intent. And then it doesn't matter if it's 9-year-old or not, I shouldn't say 9, it's an 18-year-old or a 98-year-old, right? We don't know. But we can say we discern intent and we can use that. So I think we should make a case for that. It's like our strength. When you're on Google.com, we know your intent. Strongly know your intent. When you're surfing around and reading content, consuming things, we have a slightly weaker sense of intent, but we have intent. But I do wish that we made a stronger case, all of us in digital, much more strongly, that using behavior to discern intent and then targeting advertising is a really great way to execute a see, think, and do strategy. It is stronger. It yields better results and creates a much more delightful experience for the consumer.